Good morning. Today we will discuss the remaining scientific management techniques which is given by the Taylor. Scientific management, first we will revise. Scientific management means knowing exactly what you want men to do and seeing that they do it in the best and the cheapest way. Taylor has given like these words to us. According to the Peter F. Drucker, even the scientific management is the organized study of work, the analysis of work into its simplest elements, and the systematic improvement of the worker's performance of each element. That day, already we discussed the functional foremanship, standardization and simplification of work and method study in part 1 of that video. Now remaining is there motion, time, fatigue and differential piece weight system. Then first we will go with the motion study. Motion. First, motion study refers to making through analysis of various motions being performed by a worker while he is doing a particular task. Motion study involves study of movements like lifting, putting objects, sitting and changing positions, etc., which are undertaken while doing a typical job. On close examination of body motions, it is possible to find out productive, incidental and unproductive movements. The purpose is to detect and eliminate unnecessary movements or motions and to find out the best method of doing a particular job. It helps to save time and increases the production. Taylor and his associate Frank Galbraith were able to reduce motions in brick layering from 18 to just 5. Taylor demonstrated that productivity increased to about 4 times by this process. Taylor used stopwatches, movie cameras and various symbols and colors to identify different motions. Through motion study, Taylor was able to design suitable equipment and tools to educate workers on their use. The results achieved were truly remarkable. For example, if it is observed through motion study that worker has to move frequently for taking tools from toolbox, then such unnecessary movements can be eliminated by keeping the toolbox near the worker. It will not only increase the productivity but also the efficiency level. The major objective of motion studies are to determine the movements of workers while doing a typical job, to differentiate between productive, incidental and unproductive movements, to cut down unproductive movements, to design suitable equipments and tools to minimize the unproductive movements. Now, I think you people get it. What is motion study? Means overall motion study refers to the study of productive movements. It is the science of identifying and eliminating wasteful movements resulting from unnecessary, incidental and unproductive motions of the workers so that it takes less time to complete the job efficiently in the organization. Now after the motion study, the next technique of scientific management is time study. Time study refers to a technique which is used to determine the standard time taken by a workman of reasonable skills and ability to perform a well-defined job. It helps in determining how much work an employee should be able to do in a given period of time. In time study, the job is divided into a series of elements, and time taken to perform each element of work is recorded with time measuring devices like stopwatch. The standard time is fixed for the whole of the task by taking several readings. The method of time study mostly depends on volume and frequency of the task, the cycle time of the operation, and time measurement cost. The major objectives of time study are to determine number of workers to be employed, to frame suitable incentive schemes, and even to determine labor cost. For example, on the basis of various observations, it is determined that a worker takes a standard time of 30 minutes to make one box. It means the worker can make 2 boxes in 1 hour and 14 boxes in 7 hours. Now this is the standard task a worker has to do, and wages can be decided accordingly. Overall, we can speak about the time study. The time study is useful to determine the standard time taken to perform a well-designed job. The major objective of time study is to determine the number of workers which are to be employed, frame suitable incentive schemes for them, and determine the appropriate labor cost. Now after the time study, we have a next scientific management technique, that is a fatigue study. Fatigue study refers to determine the amount and frequency of rest intervals required in completing a task. Rest intervals in between work, like lunch time, enable the employees to regain lost stamina and helps in increasing productivity. Fatigue means tiredness from physical or mental work. Taylor suggested that a person gets tired when he works continuously without a break. So he must be provided a brief rest interval in between so as to enable him to regain lost stamina. These will result in increased productivity. Fatigue study seeks to determine the amount and frequency of rest intervals in completing a task. The fatigue study is conducted by observing workers while performing job. So here as to note down the time when their efficiency level starts decreasing. In case of heavy manual labor, small pauses must be frequently given to the worker so that he can recharge his energy level for optimum contribution. Fatigue study helps to avoid accidents, rejections, and industrial sicknesses. There can be many causes for fatigue, like long working hours, doing unsuitable work, having uncordial relations with the boss, or bad working conditions. Such hindrances in good performance should be removed with the help of fatigue study. Means overall, fatigue study seeks to determine time and frequency of rest interval in completing a task. The last technique of scientific management is the technique name is differential piece wage system. Differential piece wage. First, to understand this term, it refers to a system in which efficient and inefficient workers are paid at different times. According to Taylor, financial incentives act as motivators, and scope of extra earnings motivates the worker to put extra efforts. So, Taylor developed the concept of differential piece wage system. In this technique, incentive is directly linked with productivity. A standard task is established with the help of time and motion study. Then, two rates are fixed: higher wage rate for workers who produce equal to or more than the standard output, and low wage rate for workers who do not reach the standard. The basic purpose of fixing two rates is to differentiate efficient and inefficient workers and to suitably reward the efficient workers. For example, suppose standard task is fixed at 10 units and rates fixed are rupees 50 per unit for workers who produce 10 units or more, and rupees 40 per units for worker who produce less than 10 units. If a worker produces 11 units, he will get rupees 550. That is the product of 11 units multiplied by 50 per unit. If another worker produces 9 units only, then he will get rupees 360. That is the multiplied of 9 units and rupees 40 per unit. According to Taylor, here the difference of rupees 190 should be enough for the inefficient worker to be motivated to perform better. Then overall, differential piece-wage system differentiates efficient and inefficient workers and links wages and productivity. Okay, you don't forget to press the like button, okay, and even subscribe the channel also, then you will get in advance the notification. Okay, bye.